Hey everybody, this is GGB. I'm really excited about getting into this. But I did see what happened before. So I'm sure if you guys had actually been looking, I did post the first quarter of this game already. For some reason, my USB drive decided to be awesome, and when I plugged it into the Mac, it deleted literally all of my clips, like every single video clip outside of a couple. And I thought I had enough to just... I was very disappointed because I thought it had deleted the other two games because I recorded all the way up to the Sunbelt game. So I recorded all the way up to that, and then I thought it had deleted my Conference USA Big 12 game, and I thought it had deleted my what was it? My Conference USA Big 12 game and my MAC Independence game. I thought those two games were deleted, and I was very disappointed, but I thought I at least had the Mountain West American matchup combined together, and I thought, at least I can post that video, and I can record the other two later. And then I realized after I edited the first quarter and posted it, I looked at it, and I didn't have the end of the game. The last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter were gone, and it was actually a close game up until that point. It was a tie game. So, yeah, unfortunately, I have to record all these games. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. Last time the American actually won this game, we'll see. It's going to be very disappointing, honestly, for the AAC if they lose this game. Off a technicality of just getting all my clips deleted. It was going to be their first time moving on to the divisionals. I'm going to be actively pulling for the American because I don't want my mistake to have messed up the AAC somehow. Somehow the Jags don't make it. That would be very, very disappointing for me personally. But I have to have gameplay, So, I mean, if it turns out the Mountain West get to go on, I'm sorry, AAC. And it would suck for you guys, but, you're not real people, so it kind of sucks. But so, heading into this game, as I said before, in the first quarter thing, is supposed to be the closest game. It's a 3 tight end set here. They're going to go Haas, actually, here with Josh Allen. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. He's going to miss and evade a tackler, and he's going to slide for about a 5-yard gain. Great moves there by Josh Allen to avoid that tackler. But, again, you can see early on, the AAC defense is actually extremely solid. And it's been solid for a lot of years now, but the Mountain West Saints always had some kind of spark. And this is a big game for both teams. Obviously, the AAC has never made it to the divisional rounds before. They've never even won a game in this Conference of Champions. That's kind of heartbreaking to think about. But the AAC, they've come close a couple times. Mountain West is the last time they're going to be the Saints because Sean Payton retired. Under center here is Josh Allen. They're going to hand off up the middle to Alexander Madison, who picks up the first down. Unfortunately, though, for the AAC Jags, Shaquil Griffin gets hurt on that play. And, he is a pretty key part of this defense. If we don't see him again for the rest of the game and the AAC moves on, it's going to be interesting heading into the divisional round. But, Shaquil Griffin's a rather massive piece of this defense. And without him, this is going to be really, really substantial moving forward for this AAC squad. But you're gonna have to play through it. You need Shaq. Hopefully, Shaq Griffin comes back for you. And honestly, Mountain West gets a reprieve from last time. They lost the first game. They have new life. Shotgun here for Josh Allen. They're going to go hand off up the middle to Alexander Madison, who's going to get tackled for about a 2-yard gain. And this is what to expect, in my opinion, from the AAC Jags defense. Expect a very good run-stopping defense. They've very good linebacker core. Their weakness is their secondary, and that does not help with the Shaquil Griffin injury. So I'm going to be interested to see how that moving forward. But their defensive line is solid. It's not spectacular, but they are solid players across the entire board for them. Bryce Huff, John Franklin Myers, and not Franklin Myers, I'm sorry. Bowser, I want to say, yeah. Shotgun here for Josh Allen. He fires it to an open Jacob Hollister, who picks up the first down, and expect to hear the name Jacob Hollister a lot. It's weird, because considering you have a team with Davante Adams, Michael Gallup, Cedric Wilson, you would expect to hear those names a lot. But Jacob Hollister is a huge part of this offense, and don't know really why. But 2 tight ends set here under center for Josh Allen. Madison in the backfield. They're going to go pass actually here. He has time. He fires it underneath to, guess who? Jacob Hollister for not a huge gain, but picks up about 4 yards on that play. Yeah, Jacob Hollister. As I said, expect to hear that name a lot. For some reason, they throw it to him a lot. I don't quite know why. It has never made the most sense in the world to me why they throw it to him so much, but they do throw it to him a lot. Shotgun here. Behind him is Alexander Russ. They're going to pass here, actually. They bring a blitz. He fires it, and that's going to be just enough to pick up the first down, I think. That pass, actually not enough to pick up the first down, just short. Michael Gallup gets his first catch of the ball game for 6 yards. And Michael Gallup was awesome last game. To be fair, you guys didn't get to watch it, but Michael Gallup was a huge part that they were even close in that game because Davante Adams got hurt. He really stepped it out. 3 tight end set here. Under center is Josh Allen. Madison in the backfield. They're going to go handoff up the middle. A lot of running room, but eventually tackled not that huge of a gain, only 2 yards, but enough to pick up that first down and keep the drive alive. Linville Joseph with that tackle. Expect to hear his name a lot. He's a very good defensive tackle for them. He's probably one of their stronger players on the defensive side of the ball. So expect to hear his name a lot. The offensive line for the Mountain West is extremely underrated. Of all the group of 5 teams, probably has the best offensive line with players like Joel Bitonio, Chase Roulier. There's a lot of players like that that aren't like stars in the NFL, but they're solid offensive linemen in the NFL, and there's not a lot of group of 5 teams that can say that. Under center here is Josh Allen. He's going to take the snap, handoff to the outside is Alexander Madison, who's going to get quickly stopped for a loss of a yard. Good tackle for a loss made by Eric Wilson. Expect to hear his name quite a lot as well for this team. The linebacker core is important to this team, and he's a pretty significant contributor in that regard. This play actually made it by Eric Wilson. Got to get out on that edge and stop that run. He did a great job of doing that. 2nd and 11. Big stop there by the AAC Jags. Hear the name Zaven Collins. Expect to hear that name a lot. He's a good young star for this American team. Under center here is Josh Allen. Go pass, 4-man rush for the Jags. Throw it underneath to Jacob Hollister, who makes a move and gets past his coverage man to get about 1 or 2 yards short of that first down marker. Absolutely owned, I believe, Zaven Collins in coverage. Bobby McCain ends up getting credited with the tackle there and brings up a 3rd and manageable for this Mountain West team. And it really opens the playbook there for Sean Payton. So, yeah, great play made there by Jacob Hollister. Again, despite having Davante Adams on his team, expect to hear the name Jacob Hollister a lot. And I mean a lot. I bet he gets 9-10 catches in this ball game. Under center here is Josh Allen with fullback Nick Bodden on the field. Actually, not Nick Bodden. You're going to play action here. He's going to have plenty of time. Fires it in coverage. Nice dot. That was a difficult throw to make. Nice catch made there by Michael Gallup to get the first down. Great coverage there. Just better receiver play that time around for the Mountain West Saints. Can't expect much better coverage from your guy. Great coverage by 24. That's A.J. Bouye, maybe? But great coverage there. And this is a methodical drive down the field for the Mountain West Saints. Don't count the American Jaguars out yet. It's not like they lost in a close defensive matchup. They won because of their offense last time around. Case Keenum had about the game of his life. That's just why I'm kind of worried for this team, because I don't know if they're going to have Case Keenum having the game of his life again. Again, remember, this game is supposedly supposed to be the closest, with the only reason the American Jaguars get home field advantage is they're 1 overall better than the Mountain West Saints. It's supposed to be the closest matchup all season long. Under shotgun here, they're going to go handoff up the middle. He's a lot of running room. He gets tackled at the 6-yard line, just short of that touchdown area. So it brings up a 1st and goal. Rock Ya-Sin ends up making the tackle. Guy that probably wouldn't see the field a whole lot if Shaquil Griffin hadn't gotten hurt. But Shaquil Griffin's still out of this ball game. I get to see him return. Now again, it's still the same drive, so I wouldn't expect him to return if it was 3 tight end set here. Under center here is Josh Allen. They're going to hand off up the middle. Madison fights through some blockers and ends up getting 2 yards short of that touchdown marker, brings up a 2nd and goal. You got to think about starting going goal line here if you're the AAC Jaguars. You got to make sure you don't let them into this end zone. So, oh yeah, all the way, 3 tight end set here, fullback on the field. Under center here is Josh Allen. They're going to go handoff to the fullback. He's going to get tackled 1 yard short of that first down. Actually, touchdown, I'm sorry. Nick Bodden ended up the fullback. Eric Wilson makes the tackle. So another big tackle by Eric Wilson on this drive. Brings up a 3rd and goal from the 1 yard line. Make or break time. And the AAC Jags have a chance to get a stop here. Under center here, 2 tight end set here is the Mountain West Saints. They're going to go handoff up the middle to Alexander Madison, who's going to walk into the end zone. First touchdown of the ball game goes to the Mountain West Saints, and Alexander Madison strides into the end zone. And the Mountain West Saints, if they get past this round, are a very, very dangerous threat moving forward in this game. Like, it is going to be... They're gonna be a tough team to beat. I say this every year about the Mountain West Saints. And despite the American being 1 overall higher, I feel like if I'm the SEC Giants, which, yes, this is the likelihood, is the 8-9 seed. Whoever wins this game, you likely play them because the Independents have never lost. They just haven't. They haven't lost in the wild card round yet. And you're looking at it, the Big 12 hasn't either, and the likelihood of the FCS Division II, Division III Packers losing somehow to the Sunbelt Steelers, despite the Sunbelt Steelers literally being like so bad. They are the worst team you've seen in a while. Obviously, Sunbelt's hopefully going to get better as new teams join them from Conference USA. Conference USA is definitely going to get weaker. Hopefully, you're going to add teams if you're the Sunbelt that are going to help you win games now. And honestly, the Pac-12 is going to take a big step down with the loss of USC and UCLA. Big 12 is going to take some significant steps downward with the loss of Oklahoma and Texas. Those are 2 very important pieces to that puzzle for the Big 12. But onto the field comes Case Keenum, and Case Keenum honestly had the game of his life against the Mountain West last time around. I mean, he had a crazy game, and that's the reason why they won. And the reason why they won the game is simply because he played so phenomenally well. On the Mountain West defensive side of the ball, watch out for Shaq Barrett. All their linebackers, Bobby Wagner, are all very good. And on the offensive side of the ball, obviously they have Travis Kelce, but Cole Beasley was their real threat last time. Shotgun here, empty set, fires it quickly over the middle. That's going to be a forced fumble by Bobby Wagner, and recovery by Bobby Wagner. Jordan Akins, their number 2 tight end, fumbles the ball, and that's a huge play right there for the Mountain West Saints. Bobby Wagner getting a takeaway early on in this game. Not even Case Keenum's fault. But this defense for the AAC Jags is going to have to come out here and hopefully get a stop, force a field goal here by Jason Sanders, I think, is their kicker. Again, I'd like to note that the ball has yet to go to Davante Adams. The only receivers that have caught balls so far are Michael Gallup and Jacob Hollis. We can see the kind of players he's going to early. Shotgun here for Josh Allen. He fires it quickly to Alexander Madison, ends up picking about 7 yards on the play. Josh Allen so far perfect on the day. So is Case Keenum, but his player kind of fumbled it. But Rocky Sin ends up making another tackle, brings up 2nd and 3. And if you're the AAC Jags, I'd be starting to worry a bit. They bring Nick Bodden on the field. They've been bringing Nick Bodden in a lot, to be honest. Under center here is Josh Allen. He's going to go handoff up the middle to Alexander Madison. There's a lot of running room. He's going to go all the way down to the 16-yard line. I don't know how they mark him at the 16. He's like the 14. But huge run there for Alexander Madison. And honestly, I don't know if Rashad Penny's going to get a lot of carries, because the Saints in real life are kind of they don't really go to Ingram that much. They mostly rock with Kamara. But Rashad Penny is... I don't remember, but I think he's the same overall, and if he's not, he's only a little bit lower than Alexander Mattison. So they're a very good dynamic 1-2 punch. They're very... Alexander Madison's obviously more heavy-handed back. Oh, a huge hole up the middle, ends up picking up only about 5 yards in the play. But Alexander Madison's having a very, very good game running this ball so far. And honestly, if you're a Mountain West fan, this is kind of what you want to see from your offense, right? Not a heavy reliance on Josh Allen. Because that's what got you in trouble against the SEC, I think, last year. Maybe it was the Big Ten. No, it was the Big Ten last year. And this is what got you in trouble last year, is the fact that you were so reliant on Josh Allen. And they just were able to pressure him. 3 tight ends set here. Under center is Josh Allen. Alexander Mattison in the backfield. He's going to go pass here, actually. He was trying to get it to Davante Adams there. First incompletion of the day. Brings up a big 3rd and 5. If Jacksonville could need to stop here, it would be a huge stop. Because instead of being 14-0, and you suddenly desperately needing a field goal, at least a field goal, if not a touchdown on the next possession. If you can just hold them here, you can score next possession, 1 possession game. So, I mean, it's a big, big hold right here. You need empty set here for Josh Allen. He's going to go pass. He has plenty of time. He's going to scramble, though. He has a huge hole, and he's going to punch his way into the end zone. Josh Allen runs in for a touchdown. First rushing touchdown of the game for Josh Allen. Second rushing touchdown overall for the team. And the Mountain West Saints have taken a commanding likely 14-0 lead here. And the AAC Jags, I'm so sorry, guys. If I screw over the AAC Jags, I'm actually going to feel kind of sad, but no one really watches, so, I mean, yeah, it's going to be fine. But just me simply messing up the recording, costing them a chance at the divisionals. But to be fair, I feel like as fans, you probably want to see the Mountain West move on, because the Mountain West has a much, much better chance of upsetting the SEC Giants than the AAC Jaguars do, simply because if you're going to upset someone, they have around the same level of overall as a team, but you have a much better quarterback for the Mountain West Saints. I feel like if you have any chance at all, you're going to have to throw your way into the game, and that's something that'll play in Josh Allen's skill set. Sean Payton, and this is his last ride with this team. It's going to be kind of sad not seeing it. They might not be the Mountain West Saints next year. I don't know where Dennis Allen went to college. It might work out that he coached at the Mountain West school too. Who knows? But Corey Bojorquez to kick off. And Case Keenum did not have a bad last possession out. I mean, his first throw was a good read. It would have got... It's going to be returnable. He's going to bring it out to about the 22, 24-yard line, actually, to mark him. Tony Pollard. And if I'm going to be honest, the AFC Jags have a very good stable of 3 running backs. And Antonio Gibson, Tony Pollard, and Darrell Henderson. All very, very good options to go to. Tony Pollard is their number 1. But Antonio Gibson is their number 2, and expect to see him a good amount. He's a very good receiving back, and I expect him to be used a good amount here for this team if you want to win. Obviously, Travis Kelce is a huge, huge player. Cole Beasley was phenomenal last time out. But Jordan Akins also on the field, 2 tight end set here. Under shotgun, they're going to go play action. He fires it over the middle. Ooh, good coverage there. Trying to thread the needle to, I believe, Akins on that play. But yeah, not the greatest start in the world for the AAC, and you're suddenly starting to feel pressure if you're the Jags, because if you punt this ball away and the Mountain West Saints score another touchdown, 21-0 is hard to come back from. Empty set here for Case. Shotgun, obviously. He audibles. He has time. He fires it underneath, but that's going to be actually a tackle for about 3-yard loss. I believe Akins again? No, yeah, Akins. He's really going after Akins for some reason. Logan Wilson there with the tackle. And the first time it made sense. Akins ended up fumbling it. But these last 2 throws, one, that was covered. There was just no way Akins was going to do anything with that. And then the one before that was very well covered, thrown into traffic. That was a risky throw. 3rd and 12. And suddenly the AAC Jags have a chance of letting this game kind of slip away early, which would be bad. You do not want that, obviously, if you're the AAC Jags. Shotgun here for Case. They bring a 4-man rush. He fires it. easy first down to Cole Beasley. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't understand why you're going to Akins early. I think you have to go after your playmakers. I understand some of the matchups might be favorable for Akins, but I feel like, yeah, in desperate situations, I go to Beasley. Beasley was so huge last game. I understand I have the hindsight, but Nevin Lawson in coverage, I go to Cole Beasley every time. Travis Kelce also was not involved that much. If you're going to be honest, it was weird, but Travis Kelce was not involved that much last game. That's something you should change. Travis Kelce is such a huge explosive factor in this game. Empty set for Case. Four-man rush. He fires quickly. What a throw by Case Keenum to spot that. Great throw by Case Keenum to the 28-yard line to Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton wasn't that huge last game, and I really hope he's big this game because I know how good Courtland Sutton is and how important he can be to this AAC Jaguars team. And thanks to a big conversion by Cole Beasley and a big catch by Courtland Sutton, they're all the way already at the Mountain West Saints 28-yard line. And they have a chance to score a touchdown here and make it a 7-point game. Two running back set here, likely with Gibson and Pollard in the backfield. Shotgun, obviously, for Keenum. Going to go play action here. He has time. He fires it to an open Travis Kelce and picks up about 16 yards. This is what you're doing. Get your playmakers involved. Going to Akins too early. If I'm going to be honest, you go to Akins when they were so worried about Sutton and Kelce and Beasley that they're forced to leave someone wide open. That's Akins. That's fine. But, yeah, get it. They've past 3 plays, they've gone to their playmakers, and Beasley, Sutton, and Kelce, and each of them have resulted in a first down, if not a huge play. So, yeah, this is a good strategy here early on. 2 tight end set here with Kelce and Akins under center as Case with Pollard lined up directly behind him. He's going to go actually pass here, though. 4-man rush. He has time. He fires it underneath to, I believe, Akins, and he's going to end up, actually not Akins, that's Sutton there. Ends up getting about 8 yards, 2 yards short of that first down marker. And again, they've yet to run, which is an interesting choice here because Tony Pollard actually had a really good game last outing. It started out not as good, but he ended up wearing on the Mountain West Saints defense. 3 tight ends sit here with fullback on the field. They're going to go handoff of the middle, and Pollard's going to punch his way into that end zone. Big run by, actually, Antonio Gibson. That's an interesting choice. I mean, Gibson is not my idea of a power running back. That's more Pollard's role, in my opinion, but huge touchdown there for the AAC Jags. That's something they desperately needed as a drive like that. Having to punt after that third down could have meant putting themselves in quite a hole. Great running through Mike Purcell. Mike Purcell's a big man. Good run by Antonio Gibson to get in that end zone and keep his team very much in this game. Obviously, it's still the first quarter, so a lot still to do. But if you had to punt after that third down, if it was a failed third down conversion and you had to punt, Mountain West Saints drove down the field. 21-0 is a hard thing to overcome. It's possible, but it is tough. So that would have been a rough one. But that third down conversion to Cole Beasley keeps the drive alive. They end up driving down the field and eventually punching it with Antonio Gibson. And that was a huge thing to keep the Mountain West Saints' hopes of winning a conference of champions alive. No, not Mountain West, AAC Jaguars' hopes of keep winning a conference of champions. Obviously, a group of 5 has never won it. They've only been 3 winners so far. And that's the Big 12. Actually, 3 winners. The Big 12, the Big 10, and the ACC have all won a conference of champions before. The Pac-12, the farthest they've made it was a conference round. They've never even made it to the Super Bowl. Neither does the FCS Division II, Division III team either. The only team that has made it to the Super Bowl and never won a championship is the SEC. The SEC made it year 2. So the first year was Big 10 versus Big 12, and obviously Big 10 won it that year. Big 12 would win it in the third year. And in the second year was ACC versus SEC, and ACC would win it. And then the third year, ACC versus Big 12. Josh Allen's able to get it off to Jacob Hollister, who picks up about 8 yards, maybe 7 yards, depending on the spot. This spot at 7 yards. But yeah, Jacob Hollister, pretty insane here early on. Again, I don't quite get it considering you have Davante Adams on your team, but Jacob Hollister is a huge part of this offense, and I do not question it because it works. It looks like maybe a corner blitz coming from the edge shotgun here. Oh, false start for the Mountain West Saints. That's going to bring them back. Big mistake there by Scott Quessenberry, I think. That's going to push him back 5 yards and basically mean that 7-yard gain that Jacob Hollister got was basically only a 2-yard gain, which is hurts if you're Jacob Hollister because you did such a great play, but it's not going to take away your stats, but you didn't really do much for your team's position. Okay, shotgun here, one tight end set here, obviously with Hollister. Madison lined up besides Josh Allen. Oh, he throws that so quickly. That was a very dangerous pass in there to Michael Gallup. Bringing up 3rd and inches. Great play, I guess, but it felt risky. I felt like that could have easily been jumped. It was very close to being intercepted. Luckily, he threw it so fast, he got it in there. 3rd and inches, they bring 3 tight ends set here onto the field. Under center here is Josh Allen. Madison lined up directly behind him. They're going to run up the middle, and he's going to pick up only about 2 yards, but he just needed a couple inches, so he got the first down, obviously. Tackle made by Bryce Huff. I'd love to see Shaquille Griffin back in this game. They haven't been getting destroyed through the air like you would expect, considering that their number 1 corner and Shaquille Griffin's out. And they didn't have the strongest corner room to begin with. Neither does the Mountain West, by the way. Both these teams have rather weak secondaries. It's not their strong suit. Although, to be fair to the AAC Jags, their safety room's pretty solid. Bobby McCain. Shotgun here is Josh Allen. He's going to take the snap. 4-man rush with a spy. He's going to fire it about 7-8 yards in that play. Good read there, getting it to Michael Gallup. And again, he only seems to be really throwing it to Jacob Hollister and Michael Gallup. Whatever the AAC Jags are doing to cover Davante Adams is obviously doing a really good job. But you might want to think about covering Jacob Hollister and Michael Gallup. Under center with a fullback, they're going to hand off up the middle. And I think Madison just got just enough for that first down. Actually, they're going to mark him just short, 3rd and inches. Big tackle made there by Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson has so far been the best player on this AAC Jags defense. He's made some big tackles so far, but honestly, I wouldn't give any player MVP right now on the AAC Jags defense. Shotgun here with 2 tight ends set. He's going to go handoff up the middle. Oh, he does a little counter, and he's going to get tackled, but I think he gets just enough for that first down. He does. Big tackle made there by Haason Reddick, because if he doesn't make that tackle, though they do end up getting that first down, he has a lot of running room in front of him. So it was a big tackle made, despite giving up the first down, that was needed by Haason Reddick, because if you don't make that tackle, there is a lot of green grass in front of him. He gets just enough, but look at all that green grass if Haason Reddick does not make that tackle there. Less than a minute left in this quarter. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of this. Hopefully I won't delete all this footage. But we have a little bit more of this drive left. Shotgun here for Josh Allen. They're going to hand off at the middle. And Madison's going to carry his defenders for about a 3-yard gain there. 4-yard gain to mark it. 2nd and 6. Bobby McCain ended up making the tackle. You're the AAC Jags. You need to stop. I know it feels like pointing out the obvious, but they've scored in every position they've had so far. They bring Nick Bodden out on the field. Under center here is Josh Allen. They're going to hand off up the middle to Davante. Oh, Alexander Madison has a lot of running room. He's going to go all the way down to the 31-yard line, 17 yards rushing on that play. And honestly, Madison already has 78 yards rushing, and it's only the first quarter. Alexander Madison's kind of been killing it. 9 seconds left in this first quarter of action. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. If you're a Mountain West fan, you're certainly enjoying it because your team got a second chance and they're really living up to their name of owning the AAC Jaguars, AAC teams. Hey everybody, this is GGB saying adios amigos.